What's up, YouTube? It is Red back again with another video to explain and list a couple of places that you guys can sleep in your car. I was homeless for about 2 years, ongoing, offgoing. I was going in between houses. I was sleeping outside. I was sleeping in cars. This was around the time where I was not 21 yet. Okay, I didn't have no car. I didn't have my own place. I couldn't get my own apartment. Most of the time I was sleeping outside. So I just want to do a little tip videos. Like most of the stuff that you guys see on my channel, I try to make it relatable. I try to say stuff based off of certain experiences that I've dealt with and shit like that. So I'm definitely making this video to help other people out there that's living in their car, or that's living place to place, or that is homeless or has been homeless, or whatever the case may be. We're gonna get on to the video and shit like that. The first place to sleep in your car is rest stops and truck stops. So when you guys are traveling, or even just in general, when you guys are driving around, there's going to be a bunch of places that have 18-wheelers or box trucks and stuff like that. Definitely park where they are at, because those are truck stops and rest stops. Definitely make sure it's secure. Definitely make sure that you can find one, because I think some of them would pop up on Google Maps, but I know most of these you'll probably just find them while you're driving. Okay, number 2 is Walmart parking lots. Now this one is iffy because nowadays people will call cops on you, or the cops will go to Walmart parking lots, because Walmart closes at like 12 a.m. now. So that's not always a good place, I would say. If you're doing something illegal, or if you don't want to be bothered for real and shit like that, that is not really like a good place. Definitely would, just because there's cameras. There's usually other 18-wheelers that be parked at Walmart parking lots, and it is what it is. So definitely do that. The third place is a casino parking lot. This is one that probably a lot of people don't know, but casinos are open 24 hours. Okay, and usually they got people coming in and out. It should be well lit. They usually have cameras. You can walk in, pee, eat, whatever the case may be. So it has good shit. Usually at casinos they got security, so you should be good. Just don't call unwanted attention to yourself. Try not to come in and out your car a lot. Try not to be suspicious while you're in your car and shit, because they're probably gonna ask you to move. Another place is welcome and information centers. So they're free, and they usually offer like free overnight parking and stuff like that. You can always view websites or look it up. When you're crossing like state lines or like national parks, there's always like welcome centers or information centers about the places that you're traveling to, and they usually have bathrooms and shit like that. So you should definitely and I wouldn't necessarily say it's legal, honestly, so make sure you watch out for that part as well. Another place is like religious buildings, like churches and stuff like that. That's another place that you guys could sleep in your car, but a lot of them are usually happy to help out, especially if you go and you ask them, or if it's open or whatever, and you ask them like, hey, I'm homeless, I don't have nowhere to park my car, can I park here, this, that, and the third, whatever the case may be. Most of the time they open you up with open arms. They understand, but definitely make sure that the building is not a private place and it doesn't say like no public parking or whatever. So another place that you guys can sleep at in your car is residential neighborhoods. Now if you have friends, family, stuff like that, you can always park by their house, in front of their house, and just sleep in your car and shit like that. Now this is something I would not personally do. Some people probably go to like neighborhoods that are just now being built, like that's not built all the way. I'm pretty sure you can park like in front of one of them houses that's not even sold yet and shit like that. Just park in front of them and go to sleep. Because there's a lot of neighborhoods where a lot of people are not moved in yet, so people wouldn't even think anything of it. But definitely just be wary about that as well. Another place to park at if you're homeless, like to sleep in your car and shit, is street parking. So when you're downtown in any area, they usually have street parking where you can park at a parking meter, or you can pay for parking or whatever. That's one thing that I would say, but you would definitely have to pay 9 times out of 10. And you're going to be dealing with people walking past your car all times of day, especially if you don't have tinted windows. I would say that's the least, this would be like the least safest that you could do. So, like, make sure the location that you're at is very wise and shit like that, because there's a lot of homeless people. There be people that be breaking into people's cars, all different types of stuff. So just be wary about that, because it could be unsafe and shit like that. So another place to park at is large shopping centers and parking lots. Okay, So like another place like Walmart, but you can find other places that's kind of like Walmart where you can do that. But there are places that say no parking here, no parking overnight. Another place is campgrounds and Airbnbs. So you can get an Airbnb, just park there. Like you can, you know, get a room for a night, because usually cheap Airbnb rooms, sometimes they'll go for like $30 a night. So you can just do that and not even go inside the Airbnb. You can just sleep outside in your car, shit like that. There's a bunch of campgrounds. If you guys are traveling and you see national forests and shit like that, 9 times out of 10 they have cabins. They have admission fees and stuff like that. So you can pay like $10, $15, maybe 30, maybe 90, I don't know. And you can park there and sleep. That we get. That I would say those are like your last options. If you have cash or whatever, you can definitely do that. Even a motel or a hotel, you can definitely park at motel parking lots, especially ones that don't really have security. You could just park in your car and go to sleep. You know, just make sure that you guys are being safe out there. They can tell you to move, so realize that as well while you're moving around. And another place that you could park at overnight is 24-hour gyms. 9 times out of 10, if people aren't really seeing you inside the car, like make sure you guys park like far away from other people, so when people are going in and out their car or walking past, they don't see somebody sleeping in there. Because you know, there's a lot of people out here that snitches, that would go tell somebody's sleeping in the car, because people feel unsafe with shit like that. You guys have to understand, there's a lot of people in this world that have never been homeless, never dealt with situations that you dealt with, so they don't look at it as, oh, like, you need help. They look at it as, oh, it's unsafe, you could come in here and kill me, you know, stuff like that. So make sure when you guys are parking at these 24-hour places or like stuff like that, you know, you're not so close to other people's cars and shit like that. Like I would park off in the distance, like far from the front entrance. You know, you can't be moved if you're causing a disturbance, though. Don't get it wrong. That's the place that you could shower in as well. I know a lot of people on YouTube and just in general, that's like a smart thing if you're homeless, because I was doing that back then as well. I had a gym membership and I would just go shower in there because I had nowhere else to shower at. You know, you can brush your teeth in there, you can do your hair, they got plugs, they got outlets, you can charge your phone, you know, shit like that. You have gym lockers, all that type of shit, so you don't have to have everything in your car. Another place that you guys could park at is garages and stuff, like places where you have to pay for a parking spot. There's a lot of free parking garages. If you guys go on Google Maps or even Apple Maps and type in free parking, there should be like a bunch of free parking garages that's by you that you can just park in and go to sleep. Now you can't pay for that shit. If you pay for that shit, I'm pretty sure they can't tell you anything because you pay for a parking spot. You know, just make sure, like I said, you're not by people that's going in and out their car. Places like Cracker Barrel, I heard that like you can ask the store manager, or you could just park there, because a lot of people park their RVs there and stuff like that, and their 18-wheelers. So just keep that in mind. Another thing I would say is apartment complexes. They're usually pretty secure with gates and security and stuff like that. So you know, you can find a good apartment complex, and if you can get in, park by guest parking, and you know, fall asleep. That's all you gotta do. Especially if you know people. Another one is a police station. That is something that I personally would not go to, but there's some people out here that, you know, have no other place. So like industrial parks, they're usually ghost towns. So once you hit like 6-7 p.m. industrial parks are basically like warehouses, like places that you see multiple warehouses at, multiple 18-wheelers at. Most of the time they don't have people going in and out. Most of the time people leave from there around 7 p.m. and shit like that. So the only people that you're gonna see is people that's driving 18-wheelers. So you could usually like park somewhere on the side or something like that. You know, just do your research and make sure it's nothing too major and it's not in a major place. You know, you wanna stay somewhere that's real lit, that's quiet, and that where you're not attracting mischief, you know, because it couldn't be you. You know, sometimes you'll probably park places and people will come by and do illegal shit and attract the cops and shit like that. So you got to be wary of where you're at, what you're doing, who you're around, who you're with, you know, all that type of stuff. So just be smart about it. Make sure you guys be safe out here. I hope you guys like, comment, subscribe. I hope anybody out there that is homeless and that's looking up places to go to, or you don't really know, or you're lost, or whatever the case may be, just know it gets better. You know, as long as you're trying to do better, that's all that matters. Okay? All right. Bye, guys.